Hi guys, this is Greg Doyle for Eat, Sleep, Boxing, Repeat. You've probably guessed it is prediction time. A fight I want to talk to you guys about takes place this Saturday in Dubai. It is for the WBO Junior Lightweight Championship of the World. It is between the champion Jamel Herring, who is 22-2, and he takes on Carl Frampton, who is 28-2. Guys, great to be back speaking to you. Have to be greatly honest with this fight. At first, when I had a look at doing a prediction video for you guys, it didn't really excite me, this fight. I don't really know why, but the more research I've done over the past few days, the more that I've watched, you know, I've actually built up a little bit of excitement now, and I actually think I'm really looking forward to the fight. In this video, as you guys know, I will give you a brief background into both guys' careers. I will give you my keys to victory. Finally, I will give you my prediction. So guys, let's get straight into it. We'll start off with the champion, Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring is 22-2. Very tricky, awkward fighter, Jamel Herring. Watched a few of his last fights there with Lamont Roach. I watched the Jonathan Oquendo fight. Had a look back at his fights with Ito. He's a very, very awkward guy. Jamel Herring, he's got a really big frame for a super featherweight. Doesn't punch greatly hard, but he's got a really, really awkward southpaw jab that almost it's like a shoulder action the way that he throws it. And when he fights guys who are smaller than him, they try and get inside. He seems to grab onto them and lean down on them. And I'll be honest, in the Oquendo fight, Oquendo was getting a lot of stick, should we say, for coming in with the head against Herring, but I don't think Herring really helped himself. There was a couple of times where he was going in to grab, and when he went in to grab, he put his head down at the same time to do it. That's asking for trouble when you do that. But as I say, he's a good fighter, Jamel Herring. He threw a beautiful counter left uppercut against Oquendo, and hit him flush right in the chin, and down he went. We know the fight ended in a technical decision after 8 rounds. He had the unanimous decision over Lamont Roach. So he is a good fighter, Jamel Herring. He's done things the hard way in his career, and yeah, at 35, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do on Saturday. If we look at his opponent, Carl Frampton doesn't really need any introduction in the UK, does he? Former 2-weight world champion, tremendous value over his career. Carl's coming off. You know, a lot of people are giving Carl Frampton stick online for his last 2 fights, but I'm not going to do it. Tyler McCreary, that's a fight where he was getting introduced into America. He probably should have won the fight, and he did, obviously, but it's not a fight that you think, I'm going to get myself right up for this. And maybe that's a lack of professionalism. Maybe that's a guy who's had great fights in his career and struggles to get up for guys like Tyler McCreary, which I think is totally understandable. Boxing's a game where you need to remain very professional, but sometimes it can be really hard if you're fighting Leo Santa Cruz's of the world and then you're fighting Tyler McCreary. His most recent fight against Darren Traynor, my last ever amateur fight myself, I actually boxed on the same card as Darren Traynor, and Carl Frampton again was getting stick in that fight. And guys, let me tell you, Darren Traynor beat some really, really top class kids all over the world as an amateur. He went on regular outings with Scotland. I've seen him beating Russians. Very, very good fighter. Yeah, it's not worked out in the pro game, but some of these guys get their, what you would call their World Cup final. That night was Darren Traynor's World Cup final against Carl Frampton. He fought really well. Frampton won the fight in second or third gear, with all due respect to Darren Traynor, but he just didn't look as though he could get up for it at times. And, you know, I think there might be a little bit more to come from Carl Frampton, and I'm not throwing the towel in on his career quite just yet. Keys to victory, I think for Jamel Herring, I think you need to throw a really awkward southpaw jab, keep Carl Frampton off balance, look to counter if Carl Frampton's coming under the jab and trying to land his own shots. For Carl Frampton, I think he's not fought a southpaw since 2012, Carl Frampton. I think he's got enough experience in his career to know what he's doing. But for me, I would like to see him throw an outside left hook and come down with a right hand to the body. Slow Herring down. Need to target that body. I seen Oquendo target it. He looked uncomfortable at times. Carl Frampton is a very good body puncher and he needs to target the body for me in this fight. Guys, over and on to prediction time. I think it's a tough one. These predictions are probably my toughest, guys, because it's about who's got what left. It's hard to predict a fight when it is two guys and you're asking what they've got left instead of two upcoming guys or two guys in their prime fighting each other, because Herring could get extremely old overnight, or Carl Frampton, with that hand injury and things, just might not be the same guy anymore. I think Carl Frampton's going to be really up for it, and I think he might need to lose some early rounds, but I don't know why, but I just think with there being a world title and things on the line for Carl Frampton, I think my prediction is for Carl Frampton to beat Jamel Herring in a hard fight. Guys, Greg Doyle, Eat, Sleep, Boxing, Repeat. Check out all of our social platforms. Please subscribe down below. I'll be back to speak to you again soon. Thank you.